I'm just gonna run through. I was just about to start scanning, so I'm gonna do it live. Might as well just do it live if I'm sitting here, right? So I got about an hour or so to rip through scans. I'm gonna do a little bit of a longer scan. I'm gonna fully clear my needs more sideways list and focus list, and just kind of start fresh with a fresh pair of eyes. I'm gonna let some people pile in here though, and then we'll start the scan. Enjoy some Algerine. I'll be right back. Alright, let's just get into it. Okay, so step one, clear the list. I'm clearing both. Cleaning house. Voila. Okay. We got nothing. This thing made a crazy move the other day on Friday. I mean, I'm not gonna like day trade it or anything. Probably be a good short. I'm not really interested. Okay, so we're looking for a big move up, pullback, undercut, get tight. We don't have a lot of surf, but there's some tight pivot days. Pony, if this thing had another tight day, it would look pretty good. It should go on my needs more sideways list. I mean, like if it were to like break over yesterday's high, you're still like a solid ATR away from the actual neckline. So like a couple of tight days kind of building out this flag would be real nice. But I'm going to put it on my needs more sideways list. Oops. And I'm actually going to put just an alert above yesterday's high because I would like to know if it advances. Create alert.
Alert, alert.
Cool. Coreweave, it looks good. I mean, it's up a ton, obviously, but it looks good. It made such a linear move too. Like in hindsight, it didn't really give like any flack. Like there's no chaos in this chart. Super clean. You know, up 200% in 30 days. Like that's kind of a dream chart on insane liquidity. It's putting in this real tight pivot. We have this high volume close level. We have yesterday's low. I mean, we have really clean levels to play with. For me, it's quite simple. It's over yesterday's high, and it's a round number, 112. I mean, this is actionable. How long can you swing it for? I would not think very long, but the idea here would be to play sort of a blow off top move, maybe a move to like 150. I don't see why it can't go to 150. I mean, this is legitimately the first pullback that it's had all run. And it's hardly a pullback at that. Most shorts had to cover on Friday. They didn't get much downside. It tried to sell off and go lower, but it just didn't. You know, it bottomed at 105 and just kept it moving. You know, it reminds me of like SMCI's big run. Why is this? Sorry about that. It was choking off the chart to just the last year. But okay, so like SMCI much more exaggerated. Like it actually had like 3 gap up days and it had a big red candle. You know what? I got to. But it still continued. I mean, higher. It gave basically another 2 legs. I mean, this is, like I said, a little bit more exaggerated. Let's look at MSTR, what it did after its quote-unquote blow off top. So, like, Coreweave kind of feels like this. So, like, who knows? Could have another 50% move. It kind of feels like this. So, I mean, MSTR in both of these sell-offs running into the parabolic top down here in early 2024, I believe, yeah. I mean, it gave, that's like a 50% move, you want to call it. And then off the 20 here, gave another, whatever, 50% move. So we look at Coreweave. I mean, it looks cleaner than both of those charts, and it has tremendous range, and it's in still the hottest sector. You know, people will think that it's up a lot, which, I mean, obviously it is. It's up 200% in 30 days, but, you know, going back to MSTR, this thing went 300% in 50 days. SMCI, and these are like the most comparable, but SMCI on earnings 300% in 50 days, 400% nearly in 50 days. So there's nothing in me that makes me think that Coreweave can't go higher, and the chart is super tight. It looks great. So why would I not play this kind of high tight continuation? So it's not just on watch, it's a very legitimate play in my mind. Goodbye. Yeah, it's very legitimate. Now the duration of it, I don't know, who knows? I would expect that the degree, the slope of the move, like the angle of the move, it actually may increase, and that's kind of how you get into like that blow off kind of vertical sort of move. But yeah, it's legitimate. I will take this every day of the week. Breakout. And I will take it with size too, because it's just so liquid. So I mean, I'll take a 15 to 20%er. Cool. This has had a really nice run. I mean, it's choppy though, you know. I mean, like the progression, like when it makes these legs up, it's only just a few days, a couple days, 1 day, 2 days, 4 days. Like again, you look at Coreweave, like this is a momentum monster. Like if anybody were to say that this thing is done, they're just, I don't know, they're either clueless or, I don't know, blind by the fact that it's up 200% in 30 days. Like there's nothing stopping this thing from going, you know, much higher in my mind. It looks great. And it's just so linear. I just keep going back to it. It's just so clean, so linear, such a beautiful trend. It gave you no flack. It respected these moving averages. Like right here was a perfect 5-day SMA bounce, and it just floated above it. It barely tapped it here, tapped it there, and like, yeah, I mean, it had this one kind of red day. Even this day on this super high volume red day, like it didn't even move. It didn't even move. Like those shares got absorbed. Like it has not been able to really make like 2 progressive lower days. Yeah, it's great. So for anybody who doesn't have that on their watch list, in my opinion, who trades like me, you're missing out, buds. This thing's in a range, obviously. Hood. So Hood, all-time highs. I think Hood's just going higher, personally. I would like to see it go a little bit of sideways. We don't have the green on the MACD yet. But like, just imagine just a tight day or so, you know, pushing into all-time highs. Or even if it were to gap over tomorrow and then have some retest of all-time highs, that'd be great. It just doesn't have a tight candle for me. It doesn't have the MACD green cross. So it needs more sideways in my book, but I don't know. It could have news or something and pop over all-time highs, and you can buy it on some like story EP sort of move. Is it actionable from like a technical trigger tomorrow? I don't know. I mean, it could be. I'm sure you could buy it and just be fine. You know, you would have to like you would have to, I'm trying to think. It would be like real tight risk. It'd be kind of weird, kind of wonky. You would buy, if you bought it over yesterday's high, you're just running into all-time highs, previous all-time highs, I believe. Is that actually all-time highs or not? You know, it's not actually all-time highs. All the way up here is all-time highs. What is that? The high is 85. Nice round number. I like those nice round numbers. Okay, so this would be like IPO. I don't know. It's not even like a monthly base. See, the thing is, this line will be relevant potentially a few years, a decade in the future. I don't know. So if I call it like all-time highs, I'll either have to update the line at some other time if it turns out to not be all-time highs for much longer. So it probably just makes sense to like call it something else. So we'll call it like IPO month 2 highs. Or maybe I can call it like all-time highs as of whatever, 06, 01, 25. And like when it's all-time highs or some like real significant level, I step the width up on my lines because, as you know, a solid green line is typically like an actionable long for me, but I want to place a little bit more significance and weight on all-time high pushes. So we're going to do that. We're going to dash it. We'll say, I don't know, a 2. Cool. All right, so this needs to get changed because that's not actually all-time highs. This would be like 2024 highs. And this is just a normal line. It's a great level. Actually, is it even technically highs? No, it's not. But it is the left side peak. So yeah, I mean, you kind of run into like, you know, not like super consistent levels. Let's see, okay, the high is 66.91 there. And then on 527, the high is 64.96. So you basically have 67 and 67. So I'm just going to call the high 67. Even though it is slightly higher. 67.13. Nah, we're just going to call it 67. So okay, cool. 2024 highs, left side peak. So the question is, do you buy it tomorrow if it gaps over the line, or if it breaks out through the line with like an opening range breakout? So let's just like go back to like first principles, I guess. And the mantra is big move up. Okay, so it's made a tremendous move up. Big move up is an understatement. It's up 100 and the high was whatever, 125% roughly. It's pulled back some, like kind of barely. It undercut the 5 and the 10 and it reclaimed it. The 20 hasn't caught up. It hasn't really served. It needs more sideways. So like what would make this ideal would be just more sideways, kind of chopping around in this band, like between 70 and 65. I actually still own some, a small amount, but I'm looking to add. I think Hood goes farther. It's just a matter of timing and how I wanna actually approach entering the position. And it's like, do I want to buy it all at once and actually allocate 10% of my my free cash to it tomorrow? Well, I don't know. It's just not a technically, for me, I need tight candles. Like, it's just a part of the ethos. I just need them. And like in some instances it fails me. where it's like, damn, you know, if you would have traded just a slightly wider candle, you wouldn't have missed the breakout. In either event, yeah, it's tough for me. Yeah, like I said, I think I either want one tight day, or I want it to bounce. I want it to like open over 67 and then like fall into it by a washout or something. It's actionable to me tomorrow, but it's not 5-star. It's so close. It's so close. It's like, what is the weight? Like, if you were to actually like systematically or mathematically rank it on a star basis, what weight do you place on, on previous day tight inside day candles, or even just tight candles? It has the 10-day here really close, and it has the 5-day here really close. So we do have these like really nice relevant levels. And previous high day is pushing that left side peak. Like, it's only it's like 1.5% away, and the daily range on this thing is 6%. So yeah. I will buy it tomorrow if it pushes over that line. Okay. LEU. What is this thing? Oh, it's one of the energy names. Yeah, I could just tell by the chart. Yeah, I wish it gave a tight day right underneath this peak, because then you kind of have a Shoryuken on your hands. I mean, you still actually do. It's just you don't have a tight day again. Expansion candles come after tight days. That's why they look like they've expanded, right? Like, it's kind of hard to it's kind of like hard to call an expansion candle that precedes an expansion candle. Like, it's not. You can only have one expansion candle in a series of like advancements or declines in price. Like here, this is an expansion candle. The next one is just a continuation, follow through. This is a expansion candle. But like, when you look at all the candles before, they are tight. Even here, tight. I mean, every time. Like, just look for big green candles, and usually at the beginning of that move, they're tight. I mean, not usually, it's like every single time. So that's not to say you can't get a continuation candle, but you just have to know that like your likelihood of follow through and like, not getting chopped out, your likelihood to follow through without getting chopped out goes down dramatically. You really need price to move away from your average quickly. So that first expansion candle is like crucial for that. That's where all the initial momentum and thrust in the move comes from. Reddit has been a major turd. I kind of had this thought the other day about data sets and like the value of them. And they're like super duper valuable. Like, I think somebody, I don't know, there's something about like Perplexity potentially providing the ability for its users to like backtest. And I don't know, I could be completely talking out of my ass, but it could be like the reason why it's not live or like the hang up or something is like them agreeing on like a data source. Because like there's so many groups out there, there's so many databases out there, but like how many are like good? And what I mean by good are like complete, easy to access the data and extract it, and then also like it's clean data, like it's all been sourced, like there's no baggage on it. And like I don't know how many actual pure like super large scale data sets there are out there, like that would compare to like a Reddit, for example. But I mean, from like a bottom bounce perspective, it looks like it wants to do something. But like, okay, we like this consolidation. It looks tight. Like it held this gap level. You know, it legged down. It has like this bull divergence. It can't break down. All the MAs are getting tight. It's still under the 200. The 100's all out of whack. But like the consolidation like looks good to like I think most swing traders. They'd be like, oh, that looks pretty good. It's tight. You know, like the MAs are tight, whatever. But if we just go back to like the core principles, did it make a big move up? I mean, it's up 20%. That's not really big for Reddit. Has it pulled back? I mean, maybe we could say like this was a big move up. That was 60%. But it's pulled back, made another move, pulled back. I mean, it's just, it doesn't have momentum. Yeah, there's just not a lot of momentum. I mean, who knows? This thing might stick and go back to 200. It kind of feels like Tesla. If we look at the Tesla chart, where Tesla just had this giant move up and then it sells off and then it got another thrust and down and thrust and down. You'd want to see like a flag like what we saw in Tesla for Reddit to become actionable. But it's kind of similar, right? I just hated Reddit's price action. People drew a lot of similarity from Reddit's kind of IPO base to Coreweave, which I understand why, but Coreweave is just in a whole nother league in terms of like Coreweave is true 5-star momentum monster sort of chart. We're just out the gates. And they both had like out the gates extremely hated. Like people hate Coreweave, like, you know, from a financials like perspective, like it doesn't make sense, right? And people hate Reddit. But they both went up a lot. Except Coreweave went up even more, even cleaner, even faster. Like this is like dream chart. This is literally dream chart. And I happened to like bottom tick the thing. Since I bought it out of my system, I didn't have a ton of size, but it was fine. I was able to, you know, I made up for the lack of size with time. And it was like literally low, like it was zero stress. It still is. I don't have it in my main anymore, but yeah, I mean it's. I should. I flipped short, and now look, it's just holding up perfectly fine. Yeah. Anyways, I just keep going back to it because it's like there's this kind of like I don't know. It's like an inside joke. It's not even a joke, but it's like an inside thing. Where in day trader rehab on the trading floor, like the more I mention a ticker, the more I get excited about a setup, the higher it goes, the more likely it breaks out. Like this phenomena has been very well documented. If you look back at all of my biggest winners, I spazzed the chat for like weeks ahead of time. Like to the point where I'm like, I'm not saying anything, I'm not mentioning it again. I'll start screenshotting the search bar. It's like, you've mentioned whatever Tesla 300 times in the last 2 weeks. Like that's kind of how I feel about this Coreweave setup right now. Now it's only been set up, you know, to make me excited for literally one day. And it just needs to advance. It's kind of, again, it's like, it's not like the traditional like sure you can setup where you have like that really like you have a day 1 or day 2 blow off top sort of thing. But it's like in that same realm where I guess shorts kind of got satisfied a little bit 2 days ago. You know, they had somewhat of a win. It was a great trade for me. I had somewhat of a win here. It's 20% down day, but they got stuffed. They got no continuation on a pretty sketchy, weird Friday. I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, they didn't get any continuation. This thing just chopped and chewed them up. Like you thought, like you had this 5% candle or whatever this was. Like you thought that it was just going to die, but the second 5-minute candle of the day answered back. Like I remember I was watching it because I'm sitting short overnight. I'm like, oh boy, this thing's about to implode. I'm about to get another 10-20% gap down day. We're gonna hit 90. Nope. This thing had, I mean, it's choppy, don't get me wrong, but it's just spready. It had better intraday than Palantir and HIMS. You know, with all due respect. All right, I'm gonna try not to keep talking about this one, but yeah, I'm kind of excited about it. See, the problem is I click it, and then I lose my place in line over here. I gotta figure out where we were. I know I was rambling about Hood. Oh, I think it was Reddit. Anyways, long story short, give me a flag like Tesla. Give me a flag like what Tesla had, and like down here, like this area. Give me something like that, and then we can talk a little bit more Reddit. So I'm actually gonna put Reddit on my needs more sideways list. Like you do have this little level. Fucking thing. See, like you stare at it too long, and I start, I waste 15 minutes thinking about it, and this is like just the moment where I go, Alec, just stop. So I'm just gonna set an alert, and I'm just gonna not look at this thing again. Because I don't want it to occupy my brain space. I've decided that it's not actionable for tomorrow, so I need to stop thinking about it. Okay, alert.
Alert.
We even got this little MACD. We got a flag on the MACD. Does that count? I don't know. Something to think about. MACD breakouts are legit. God damn it! I told myself I would stop. This is ADD. ADD at its finest. All right, next FICO. I cannot believe this stock. I just can't believe it. Does anybody watching use Carvana? Like, does anyone use it? I'm curious. Like, one hand, who uses Carvana? Do you use Carvana? Or have you? All right, well, we got no immediate thumbs up. I asked another friend today. He's like, my dad loves it. And I was like, okay, but do you know anybody our age who's actually used Carvana? It's like, no, I don't even know. The answer is no, I think. This is just so insane. I mean, like this all sold off on like fraud allegations, I think, like cooking the books sort of thing. Oh, we're not cooking the books, we're putting in numbers. But like, I feel like I saw a short report come out on it not too long ago, accusing them of cooking the books again. Can anybody confirm that? Wasn't there a recent short report by one of those goofy short companies? Yeah, okay, there was. I thought so. It's probably like the same allegations, if I had to guess. It's just such an insane chart. I had in 2023, this was my most profitable stock long. I traded it a total of 7 times. All the prints are documented in the Discord, but it was the most profitable stock for me. During 2023. I mean, we're sitting a couple 100% below the 200, and again, very tight chart, super well defined range, linear, clean, big move up, pull back, undercut, blah blah. It gave you, and I don't even know what it did in afters, but let's just round up essentially a 200% move from low to high in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days. But wait, there's more. It just kept doing it. It just kept giving these opportunities all year long. Like right here is like 50% move in a couple of days. 120% move. I mean, this thing was just insane, and it's liquid as shit. And it keeps giving these little flags all year long. Like there's one. Here's one. I mean, all year. And we're only at $100. I mean, this thing's shit. We're all the way up to 330 now, and it's about to press all-time highs. How far are we from all-time highs? 14%. That's just unreal. It's just unreal. I don't even want to look at it because it doesn't even make sense. Like, what am I gonna do? What am I gonna do with this? I don't know. Nothing. So like if we were to just look at this out of not considering any of the chart history, it's got a 5.5 APTR, close to $200 million volume. MACD hasn't crossed, but big move up. Absolutely, it's demonstrated that it can make a big clean move up. There's not a red candle in here. This day kind of sucked. It's like air squat, jump squat, but the rest of the move was great. And you know, it's what, 50% in 8 days. Then it has like this nice linear pullback on lower volume, and then it has a big like fuck you to the downside, I'm not going any lower candle sideways. So big move up, pullback, undercut, making these higher lows. Like this thing looks good. Now I said though, ignoring previous chart history. Well, okay, there we have it. We start looking at chart history, and this thing is not capable of going up more than 2 weeks in a row. Now there's a time in young charts lives where that can potentially change, but I'm not here to really guess that. It has a really nice weekly flag, but it still has quite the distance from the relevant level. Sort of. 8%. It's not that far. It's fresh. It's new. Next tracker. I don't know what they do. Let's see. Actually, I'm going to use perplexity for this because I built out a space that I'm kind of testing. Let's see here. Stock analysis for swing trading. NX Tizzle. Like this is the most linear and explosive it's moved, and it's on earnings. So that's a good sign. Okay. Oh. World Wrestling Entertainment? The fuck? This is correct, right? Okay. No. I'm gonna try this again. Okay. They make trackers for solar panels that follow the sun. I mean, wait, they make trackers for solar panels to follow the sun. So it's like a photo cell that like moves. Solar plan. Solar. Okay. Well, it looks better than all the other solar names. I don't know what the fuck's wrong with my perplexity. Short it. What's Chris Camila said he'd short it if he could. Me too. Fuck perplexity. That was dumb. All right, and I'm just curious though what solar looks like. Okay, well solar. I mean FSLR makes big moves when it does, but they are pretty short. But they were clean. I mean this was a hell of a move. 43% on crazy volume out of the super tight flag. It's funny how this line is still relevant. HVC post DR Q1, 10%. I see. Well, that's where it rejected, and it's kind of just come back down. It's too big of a move down. This thing needs to go sideways and pop and fail for a while. But it has that same sort of chart they all do. Big pop. But NXT is holding up the best. What's the other one? Run? That one in there? Yeah, Run. Okay, what's another one? SEDG. God, these fucking things suck. Ugh, what a travesty. What a terrible story. Alright, well, I'm not really interested in NXT, but the chart looks okay. All right, let me see if I can find it in the list. NXT. I think if I actually type it in here, it may auto highlight it. Voila! Look at that hack. Fuck, it looks good. It looks good. Look. If this thing's gonna go, it's been sitting in this range forever. If it's gonna go, it's gonna push all-time highs. So I'm just gonna put an alert here. I'm not gonna add it to my needs more sideways list. All right, whatever. Car. Man, this was a crazy one this day. This was when the ascendies were working very well. People like, I don't like ascending wedges. They lead to nothing good. Oh yeah, fuck you. This is like the ultimate 217% in a day. God damn. APP's great. This was another one that had like one of those short reports and it just sold off, got dumped, but it did this delay. It's actually a lot like Reddit. Can I pull up a side-by-side? Can I do that? Let's do that. I'm curious. See, this is where you start seeing chart theme. Fucker. And like they're unrelated, but they have, so like they both gapped on their on earnings three quarters ago. They both grinded to this kind of terminal sort of peak. They both sold off with tariff news. They both popped. Tariff recovered, then they went lower. And it's funny, they both tested, they undercut the gap level. Undercut the gap level. Isn't it just peculiar how this happens? I mean, they don't do the same thing. They're not in the same business. But yet, the chart is following the same pattern. It's like, who gives a fuck what the companies do? Like, there's what I call chart progression. And so, like, you have, like, chart theme laggards, where, like, in this context, Reddit would be a chart theme laggard. It essentially has the same shape as APP, but APP has reclaimed all of its moving averages. It's moving up. It's testing higher levels. Reddit hasn't yet. But it's literally the same chart. It's wild. APP's stronger. It didn't really live under the 200 for very long, and it's flagging up here. But why is it the same chart? And the only logical explanation is, I mean, even look at the MACD. They're basically the same. The logical explanation is, well, groups with a lot of money are buying these at the same time. They're shaping the charts. Like, if you think about it, like the amount of dollar volume in these ranges, like these visible ranges, I mean, it's just tremendous. I mean, it's billions and billions and billions and billions of dollars. I mean, APP traded, its 20-day average is 2.5 billion. And so, like, why, like Reddit, its 20-day average is 1 billion, but yet they're shaped the same way. And it's like, what powers what powers are doing this, right? It's not like you know, what, 100 funds are just having a conference call, you know, like, yeah, we're gonna schedule group buy. They're just atlasing us. They're just gonna group buy billions, you know, on a schedule, and we're all on the same schedule. Like, I don't know, it's perplexing, like the actual explanation for it. And it's not just these two charts. I mean, as we keep going through them, I'm gonna leave Reddit up on the right side, just kind of as a reference, even though it's not the best, because it is what I call a chart theme laggard. APP is more in line with like the shape of like ACHR, RKLB, even though not as clean. I think, you know, the tariff news, obviously, like that is a large, you know, global, you know, like a macro event that is going to shape the down leg. But it's just so fascinating to see which names are getting bought back up, and the charts could literally, the downside is easy to explain, right? Like that is just like tariff news, headline news, right? Like, you know, big money reacting to news, and then, you know, smaller money scared, getting pulled behind. But the moves back up, the decisions to like rebuy them, that's the interesting part. It's like the up legs that are shaping them. This one I was looking at earlier. I'm just gonna hide Reddit over there for now. What's this one do? Obviously my perplexity space is dysfunctional. I'm gonna try it again. Let's try it again. MRUS, Morris. Biotech. Clinical stage oncology space. It's gonna be really interesting to see how these play out with AI. I mean, I still think they, like, you know, the overnight gap down risk is going to be there, right? You know, with like failed studies or endpoints or whatever. Man, what a shitty sector. The only way to play this is with the ETFs. The chart looks nice. Like you had, like, this was a perfect line, you know, right through that gap level and that left side peak. Like, chart was nice. Boot. See, like, this flag looks great. This was a real nice move out of the depths. But, like, I don't know why anybody would ever want to play it. Probably had some cleaner, like, weekly UNR. Yeah. So you had, like, this sort of cheat level. Probably the $100 mark was good. Where's $100? Let's see how that lines up. Not super clean. You would have had to have used this one. Yeah, like 105. Das Boot. Yeah, 105's clean, because look at the monthly. Last month it opened perfectly on 105. But Das Boot has been a choppy piece of shit its entire life. Like, this is horrible price action. I mean, this is not a trading stock. This is like I don't know, you love the company and you just want to invest and hold it or something. But recently, this is legitimate price action change of character. Here wasn't terrible. I mean, it had, like, see, it's just like pure fuckery. Like, big volume, earning, gap down, bottom pin, and then it, like, grinds over an eternity. Like a real tight, like, ascending range. But now all of a sudden this thing's going berserk. I mean, the volume is really increased. It's always a bad sign too when you see a MACD cross down, but, like, the price chart looks bullish. Like, that looks like a high tight flag, but you gotta, like, that. I mean, it either means it's just gonna, like, gap down and, like, catch the 20 or something, or it just needs to go way sideways. But I don't like. I'm never gonna be the first one to experiment with a stock that may just be coming like literally EPing. Like one sign of an EP is the way a stock previously used to move. It doesn't move like that anymore, and you'll see it. And that's why like chart history is great to look at, especially if you've caught yourself like with a clean earnings gapper, and you're like asking like, is this an EP or not? Like, is this an EP? Like, because you don't know it's an EP until like at least 30 days. There's some sort. I had some like grading rubric, or I don't know, grading rubric, like definition criteria of an EP. I just got to find it. But I spent a lot of time thinking about like what it means to be an EP. And I know like Pdub like popularized it and whatnot. Q obviously echoed that. But in their definitions, I mean, it's fine if you like, define EP. And obviously I'm trying to hate on Pdub at all, but he can call a thing an EP day one. And for me, it doesn't really make sense, because just because you have a very large expansion candle earnings reaction doesn't, like, for me, mean that it's an episodic pivot. Like, if I were to just think about the words and like the overall intent of the saying, it's like an EP is a news-driven event that changes the trajectory, velocity of the stock for a long time to come. And it doesn't have to be like a beaten down stock that's forgotten about. Like, oh, it's been downtrending for a year, and like there's like a catalyst and it like breaks out of this long crazy downtrend. Like, it doesn't have to be that to be an EP. Like if you're in a car and you're headed forward at 25 miles per hour and you've been doing it for years, but then all of a sudden you're going 300 miles per hour, right? Like just because your trajectory of up, is still there, like the general direction's up, but like the degree at which you're going up may like drastically improve. Like Boot has been going up. Since inception, it's been going up. But like, is this like this is the largest monthly candle that it's ever had? Is this the beginning? You lost audio? That sucks. Can anybody else hear me? All right. No, yes, no, maybe so. That's bizarre. All right. All right, cool. Uh-oh. See, why would that happen? Why would some lose it and others not? Well, I'm going to keep thinking on this EP. I want to do like an episode where we actually go into EPs more, but while I'm rambling on this definition, I definitely want to kind of conclude it. For me, an EP is a news-driven event that doesn't have to change I don't know if trajectory is the right word, but doesn't, like, the stock doesn't have to be going down. It can be going up, but it changes like the velocity in which the move, like it changes the velocity of the price action in one way or another that's fixed. So if it's like a positive EP, the stock is going up a lot faster than it was, and the duration of the move is great. So you only know that in hindsight. This has all of the makings of an EP, and I really do want to find all the kind of the research I did, but I think that, and I like had it down to a pretty good science based on a lot of like archival study, but it had something to do, the way it was kind of described was X amount of candles up, just the overall trajectory and cleanliness and velocity of the move can give you better predictors of whether or not it's going to be an EP, a true a true pivot in the stock's character that has duration. What is duration? Like for me, it's like months, years. Like that's EP. Like Nvidia bottom. So it had the story EP of AI. That is an EP where this thing has just never looked back. SMCI, is it like an EP? I mean, Pdub called it an EP, and I think he only held it for literally 2 days. But, I mean, it probably meets the definition of it, where it had, you know, actual staying power, the trajectory of the move, the angle of the move, the degree greatly increased. It didn't stay around for that long, but yeah, I mean, it was, yeah, definitions are really important to me because then they provide the basis for categorizing phenomena that we see in the stock market moving forward. And EP is like the most misused term that I see. And like, I don't even know if misused is like fair. And maybe everybody, I mean, I don't know, like, it seems like just the popular definition is, was there just a big reaction to like some news driven event? I mean, that's like what it is. Like, that's like the popular definition. And for me, that's just like a reaction to a news driven event. It doesn't necessarily mean it's an episodic pivot that has staying power. Like, SMCI, this was not an EP. Maybe way back down here, it was. Like, there was an EP down here that really changed the course of history for this thing. All right, I'm not gonna dwell on that for much longer. So I think it was boot. Das boot. So yeah, I'm just not going to be the first one. Like, yes, I see a trajectory and linearity change of character in this stock, but I don't want to buy it on the first go around. I'd rather just buy it all-time highs, some flag up over here. So I'm just going to place an alert just to keep my eye on it. I'm not going to put it on my needs more sideways list or anything. Let's just say boot, all-time highs. Pay attention.
Alert.
Yeah, like, you know, people might be like, oh, this thing's having a crazy, like, it's such a big downtrend, it's basing, you know. And then they have like a big ass like candle like this or something, and they're like, day one, they'll say, oh, it's an EP. Look at this thing breaking out of a decade-long downtrend. But then, like, literally, like, the next day it could do this shit. Oh yeah, EP, bruh. I mean, like, yeah, I just don't know how you can call it an EP with just a few days. I mean, you need to be able to confirm that the story, there's a pivotal underlying catalyst that changed the trajectory that supports long-term business growth that can sustain a move for months, years. Qubit. These are all, I don't know, I still think that these things go higher. It's a clean line. Yeah, until Mr. Martin capitulates, I think they just go higher. I would like to see some sideways and tightness, but we did just get a weekly cross. Like, if you had a tight week that may close like right around this line, like right in here, like a tight little green weekly candle. If the market, like market wide, had a tight weekly candle, all these charts would just look insane. If we had like 2 tight weeks, they would look like, we would have so many setups. And you know, if you kind of just think like that, that means that the charts need more digestion. We probably like if the charts would truly like look better in, you know, a week or two, right? Like that means that probably the setups aren't ready all the way. Like if you can say to yourself, man, if the vast majority of these in-place stocks just had a week or two of sideways, we'd have unlimited 5-star setups. Well, that probably means that like the stocks you're looking at right now aren't 5-star. Sorry you guys can't hear me. I really don't know what to do. Maybe we'll write Discord customer support. This one's tight. It's coming out of this downtrend. Undercut and reclaimed at this left side peak. Like every other stock. Got a real tight candle here. Let's see how it looks on the daily. Geez, that was a huge volume stick, if that's real. It's too thin. I don't even care about it. I don't even know why this thing's popping up. 20-day average, 30 million. I gotta look at the other something wrong. Oh, 1 day, 177 million. The thing didn't even move. All right, this is a piece of shit stock. This one looks good. This is the quantum leader. It's in blue skies. This is the first pullback. It's tight. And this was a linear move, like for, you know, how choppy quantum is. And actually, if you look at the last really big leg it had, 700%, 1000%, whatever that move was, this one's cleaner. And it was on earnings, so it was on like this, you know, large news event. 150%, 16 days. It trades over $1 billion a day. Big move up. Linear pullback. You can just draw a line straight through it. Like it's not chaotic. It's not all over the place. This would be a linear pullback. Like if you guys listen to, I forget which stream it was. Maybe it was like 2 ago. I talked about chaotic charts, like chaos charts, and this isn't it right now. This looks fine. Like IO and Q is far more chaotic than this. It's holding up. This thing going higher. So you have this high volume close right here, super close to yesterday's high. It's a nice, pretty solid level of 1650. Yesterday was a shit. Friday was a weird day, and you know its range was again. I mean, it's not as chaotic as Palantir was, right? It's not as chaotic as like HIMS was, right? It's tight. Put it in a tight day. The moving averages are still, they've still maintained the proper hierarchy. The 5's above the 10. It's a little far away, but I don't know. It's actionable for me over yesterday's high. Just to give it a benefit of the doubt, I'm going to go 1650. Yeah, I'm going to go 1645. There's just a lot of lineup there. Okay. More than likely, it'll just gap over it when we open at 8, I guess. Is this 24-hour stock? Yeah. Yeah, this thing looks fine. Looks more than fine. I'll take this in. It's got enough liquidity. It's crazy. But like it may need, like, who knows, it may need to come back down here. IO and Q kind of gap down, sort of vicious, but it's just a nice little pivot, reclaim, undercut. You know, it's probably gonna have to serve. You're buying it a little early. It's not like a legitimate, super clean breakout. Oh, that's why I had the line up a little higher. Is the high volume close, which is 1656. I'm gonna do a double line. So like in these instances where I have like 2 levels, I try to split my buy amongst both of them. So if I'm gonna buy, I'm just gonna round up to 8%. If I bought 8%, it would be like 4 and 4, something like that. So create alert withdrawing. Uh-oh, did I mess it up?
Breakout.
Like if this thing's gonna move meaningfully, it's going over 1650, right? So like logically, you have a cheat level where you can buy and just get stuffed against, or you can just wait like 10 more cents, which is like let's see what the delta is between the two. I mean, they're literally like, like it just makes sense to just wait for the higher one. You might be like it's only, it's literally only 0.5% higher. I'm going to eliminate the line below, but I'm gonna leave the alert because that'll be like my heads up. I just want to make sure that the alert has the right word or the right audio file. Yep, it does.
Alert.
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 Alright, so set another one for good measure. I like the setup. It needs a lot more sideways, though, I think, meaningfully go higher, but there's so much juice in this range. And I have already agreed with myself that I'm going to take relatively small size on it. Just got a clean level. Like you'll notice as I do more of these, I just really like it when price is tightly pressing the high volume levels, the relevant levels, the left side peaks. It just makes risking off. Like it gives you very clear lines in the sand. With staggered stops, nah. Hold on, wait, let me see what questions. There's a couple questions. With staggered stops, no. If I were to actually like go with that plan, I bought like 4% here and 4% there. My stop is still going to be this line. It'd be like Thursday's low or like 10 or the 10 day here. I'm not going to use 15 as my stop. That's for sure. It's just way too far down there. If I bought like a 4% position or like a 2% position or something, I'd let the stop go to the bottom of like the major trend line. Be like this, something like that. It would be yesterday's low. But if I were to set 2 buy stops right now, if I were to set a buy stop here and here, my stop on it would be like down here. Might be even yesterday's like VWAP or something. So I would be risking, say I had a blended average of here, I'd be risking 2.5%, 8%. I mean, it's like a fraction of a percent of my account. Even though it kind of seems like a lot. Every time I see this ticker symbol, I always think, actually I'm not going to say it. No, I'm going to say it. I think finger bang. I don't know why, but I just do. Okay, Hims looks great. And my thesis is still intact. This is, I think, my largest position. I want to say this is my largest position. But you have just you just have very clear levels in this name. It just needs to pop up, go sideways, put a little flag in, and then buying it like really anytime. You need to, you want to see the 5 get back over the 10. That would be your tell. once all the moving averages regain their hierarchy. So like the next time you get, like the MACD on this has just been so clean. So clean. You had this first, actually it would even be more pronounced on the weekly. There's only a couple arrows. You had this first big cross. Then you had the down cross, obviously tariff news and just blow off top. And then now you have the next up cross. Actually this level sticks out. What is that? 60 bucks? Oh, it's decent. So now it's like, okay, we got the green light on the weekly. Literally all you got to do is wait for the green light on the daily. Wait for the 5 to get back above the 10. You'll get more delta between the 50 and the 100. Like the moving averages will look great. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like another week of sideways, all these charts are gonna look, they'll look really good. Not saying that they just can't like rip tomorrow and rip next week, but if I had like the choice, like for me to like have way more conviction in the setups, it would be like, all right, I want another week and a half, because that would put the chart somewhere looking like this. It'd be like doop, doop, and then it would be like there with like a tight candle, like right about here. That seems perfect. And then the MACD would be like doop, doop, something like that to accompany it. Yeah, that looks great. Sign me up. Hims needs more sideways, and this one is one that you do not want to lose sight of, because it's one of the momentum leaders. Why? Oh, I forgot the S. Tis a momentum monster. Why 620 MACD on the daily, but 1260 on the weekly? Oh, it shouldn't be. All right, so actually what happened yesterday was I was in a completely different account for Thinkorswim Desktop, and I deleted some of the what the hell are they called? The workspace configurations, just because I was like, I don't even know why they're here, but I was doing it like half brain, but I guess those were stored locally on my desktop, and so I had to like rebuild it today, and I missed apparently. So let me fix that. It'll probably even, you'll see more arrows for sure. But the overall cross trend will be the same. But no, there is no reason. That's peculiar. I'm just going to save it as SMAs. And it's going to be like overwrite maybe. Yes. All right, we're good. Yeah, good catch. Thanks, dude. It looks great though. Looking great. Yeah, just even a couple of days. Just give me a couple of days. Let's just get the 5 back above the 10. Get some more like even distribution amongst the MAs. Let them get a little tighter. Week and a half, perfect. Because you just end up buying here. Like if you bought here, this is what's gonna happen. I already know. It's just gonna go like this. Doop. And then the next day you're gonna get trapped out. And like even if you bought yesterday, like you need to be prepared to go slightly red on it, or like you're holding it all the way back to your average. Because then it's probably going to, where it broke out here, it'll probably go like doop, doop, doop. And then it's gonna go, because this thing's going, it's going into the hundreds. This is a multi-$100 stock. Boners are softer than ever. This is an interesting one. It looks like shit right now, but oh my god, it might be an EP. Look at this, highest volume ever. Yeah. Right. Advanced auto parts. Okay. Not interested. This one I'm sort of interested in, just because this is a extremely large company that has just been going up forever. I mean, it's not very often. Can I get like let's just look at all time. It's not very often a company of this stature just falls from grace like that. Oh, yeah, look at this. I mean, like that. Shit. Perfect bounce off the 2. I mean, like, at the end of the day, like, is their financial future, like, is it that changed? So from 10 years ago, like, I mean, like, now we're just looking at it from, like, a value perspective, like 60% down in just a few months. I don't know, I'm gonna have to look into this one a little bit closer. This is not a very typical setup that you'll see me take, but and I don't talk about them often because they don't happen very often. But let's see how many percent it's down, because 70% down move is a trigger for me. It's 60% down, and most of my, pretty much, I mean, that was the rule that I set for myself. Parabolic bounce, you need a 70% sell off. The best parabolic bounce that we had recently, other than that one like yesterday, was RGTI, and it just breached 70%. It was like 72.5, and then in just a few days, it goes 175%. Like that's what I'm talking about on an extreme volume. I mean, this was the highest volume sequence of its chart history, like extreme volume back to the upside. Just frying shorts. This United Healthcare, it has the bottom pin reversal on extreme volume. Made a 33% move. I mean, this is a big freaking company, man. What's the market cap of this? I don't even need to know. It traded, its 20-day average is $9.5 billion a day. It's under investigation for medical fraud. And is that the reason? Is that like the sole reason it's down? Are there other reasons why it's down? I mean, that's, to me, all right, so Chipotle, like, it shit the bed a few years back when like a rat like fell out of the ceiling into like the Pico. Yeah, okay, and the one CEO got blasted in the streets by Luigi. This is probably like okay. Oh, even if they are under a fraud investigation, I mean, I'd be very curious to know what the allegations actually are, and how like deep they are. Because like, okay, even if there is fraud, I think UNH has like 20 CEOs. They are massive. Their structure, their hierarchy is just insane. We're pulling back out big Lexi, big perplexity. Let's see what other information it can fucking blunder. All right, let's just ask it like a simple question. Okay, simple question. Why is UNH price down so much in such a short time? If there are multiple reasons, potential reasons, list them in descending order and place a weight percent as the reason relates to the sell-off. You know, sometimes I'll go like this: rewrite this prompt for perplexity so that it makes more sense. Okay, why has UNH dropped so sharply in such a short time? If there are multiple or potential reasons, list them in descending order of impact. Okay, that's the word I was looking for. God, we're doomed. All right, this is an instant. This is a frickin' ChatGPT glitch. Okay, like I can't type in this text field, right? So I have to like pull up another program. I'm just gonna pull up a Finder window. I'm gonna type in the search bar of the Finder window. Okay. And then now, wait, where'd Big Lexi go? Here we go. Voila. All right, let's see what it says. Anyways, while this thinks through my question, let's just look at like the key technical levels. Okay, so it's made like this donker ass move down. I know it's not 70%, but like for the stature of this company, we're just gonna say it is because I think it's fine to bend the rules a little bit. You have a real clean level. Here's your gap level, your gap high, low, and then let's look at like a 4-hour chart or something. You got this real tight range. You got, yeah, what is that? So the high is 305. This high is 305. This high, which it looks like an after hours high, this low. Yeah, so anywhere between 305 and 320. Look at the 24-hour. Oh, I have the 420 on for this one. Yeah, like 405. Oops. It's super, super tight. So I like that. It definitely, it's way sold off, right? You have this huge, massive capitulation bottom. Over this line though, you're still running the 20. I'm like the 20 would suck because it's kind of this local high at 325 just to get stuff there. I mean, you'd still be up, 8 or 9%, but really like a move to like here, like 26, would give us a move to about the 50. Wait, I'm on the 24. Let's get back to the daily. The 50 is way up there. So like you have this gap high, so that's like 375. That's like a 20% move. I don't know. Like the risk would be absolutely nothing, and you can get like great size on it. So if I were to buy it over this high, $305.64. I don't know. I mean, you could risk like 50 cents. I don't know. We'll try. It's going to move fast. If it does break out, it'll move fast, I think. Just by looking at this recent chart history, I mean, it has so much volume, so like, big money can get in quick. They can get their lots in real quick without moving it too much. And it'll probably be like, a feeding frenzy. All right, let's see what Perplexity said about these guys this time. Whoops. Ah, shit. Where'd it go? There we go. Okay, so skyrocketing medical costs and profit guidance. Okay, well, that's a little bit different. That's a little bit, so, okay, fraud, 30%. But this is kind of more of the issue. Skyrocketing medical costs and profit guidance. Cut. Well, I'm not going to bore you guys with this, but regardless, technically, it's a pretty decent setup. I mean, we saw a name pretty recently emerge from the depths, and it was Elf. I was just too early on it, but I mean, you could see UNH do this exact thing where it like kind of looks like it's going to set up and go, but it just goes lower, then it undercuts, like it washes out below the bottom pin and then reclaims it like a quarter later. And Elf moved on earnings, so like if UNH if if part of the the reason it's down is just due to like forward guidance being not good, and I haven't read into it yet, so I don't really know. Or if it's largely fraud, I would feel a lot better about it than the guidance. But even before the fraud came out, this thing has just been in a sideways range, cannot advance for 3 years. It just couldn't advance. It tried to here. I mean, this was actually like the biggest move that it's had in years. 40% move for this behemoth. I mean, where else has it had a 40% move within this 3-year range? I mean, I guess here, but that's that. There you go. 40% move over 140 bars. 40% move and 35 bars. So I don't know. But I will definitely buy it over this line, primarily because it's really tight. It's beaten way down. Like the fraud cases and stuff, like they're going to take forever to play out, and it's going to get downplayed. They are hiring, they have the best, press teams, crisis teams on their side right now, managing the media and whatnot. Yeah, they'll be fine. Okay. ARM. I don't know why people love ARM in our group. Like Day Trader Rehab is obsessed with this thing. Fucking obsessed with it. How long have I been talking? I don't know what time we started. Okay, it's been about an hour. UAL. That was a nice linear move. I bought this one, I believe. Yeah, I did buy this. Yeah, it looks like tremendous and pretty linear, but I mean, it went 100%, about a percent a day, 130% over 130 days. I mean, no, you guys should not be looking at this at all. Well, the majority of you shouldn't. The less time you have to spend on stocks, the lower your ADR can be. If you have time to spend and babysit and you have a small account, like there's really not an excuse to be trading super slow stuff. But like if you're busy and executing good setups is like you got to catch them in real tight windows, I think it's okay to expand it a little bit. It looks, I mean, pretty good over here. I just don't want to own an airline. Like it just sounds like shit. We got better opportunities out here. Trash. All right, we have a lot of stocks to get through still. All right, we're gonna start flying. All right, AFRM. AFRM, it's the same thing like Reddit, but it has like it's pressing this left side peak. I mean, it's pressing this UNR level. Like it is a tight, legitimate level. Like, and this level goes back. Like I'm gonna clear drawing set. And I'm just going to line up this major peak. So 5250. And it's just fascinating with how many pivotal spots that's going to line up with. And like I know, AFRM, you can add it to like the long list of like hated stocks by, fundamentalists or whatever you want to call them. Fact of the matter is, does it align with our core principles? Does it have a history of making large moves fast out of clean setups? Well, I remember this one. I remember it because I missed it and I was fucking banging the table on it. But yes, it does. This was not heartburn at all. It went 100% in 21 bars. Okay, like here, another one, a little bit more of a heartburn move, but still 20 days, 50%. Right, and it's moving out of these like setups that we like this right here. Like if you don't think that's 5-star, like that's obviously 5-star, right? It's super tight, pressing the relevant left side peak, like duh. It's gapping over it's literally opening, like squatting on and I'm not using that term like squat or whatever people say on Twitter, but like it literally opened right on this like failed breakout spot. Like that's perfect setup, right? So like it has recent history of making big moves cleanly. So I think it can do it again. if I had like some more conviction and like, you know, longing this thing, like taking it long term, like I knew about it and I'm like, oh man, I could like, you know, model out some like case for it with some pretty, I guess, decent certainty that it's going higher, this would be a great spot to buy it. Yeah. But I'm a momentum swing trader right now and I don't know shit about this company. I know that it's probably, this company is definitely aiding in the erosion of the collective responsibleness of society, but that's all I know. Anyways, it looks good, kind of. Big move up. Yep, 80%, 40 days, pullback. So like, you guys notice, like I'm obviously thinking out loud with you, and it is a battle within my head, and I am like critically evaluating every single chart for whether or not it's going to go on my focus list or my needs more sideways list. Like, I do not put names on my list haphazardly. It is a debate, and if I sit around and have to debate too long, it's not going on the focus list. Like, and so, okay, if you're sitting here thinking about this stupid thing for too long and it's not going on the focus list, are you going to spend more time on it? Well, the answer is no. The answer is no. But it is super freaking tight. Oh man, it's so tight. It does have momentum. It did pull back. It is making higher lows. Ugh. What do you guys think? Does anybody have any opinions on this fucking chart? I know what Ariel said. It definitely doesn't. It's not a momentum monster. Like, okay, Coreweave or AFRM. Coreweave or AFRM. Coreweave. Okay, well, for me, it's just a no-brainer. Hood or AFRM. Like, it's not even a question. So I kind of want to pay attention to it though. So I'm gonna throw it on my needs more sideways. Let's watch tomorrow. It's gonna like. I just don't have conviction in it. I don't even know what they do. I think they lend money to people who don't need it or who have no business taking it. But I'm gonna put an alert here. And like, it's important that I use alert number 2.
Alert.
Because when I hear that, it's like, oh, a stock that I should be watching is advancing. But it doesn't mean buy it. In fact, you're not allowed to buy it. But man, we're getting this MACD cross here, and it's super tight, and it's pressing this left side peak. I mean, why not? Sometimes just to get my itch, I'll just take a 5% position. Just a 5% position, and just hold on to the thing, and then add more later. I did raise a lot of cash last week. Look at me trying to justify it. It's like a battle with demons. Fuck you. I'm gonna look at it later. If I like say like long AFRM in the chat tomorrow, like, okie doke. Coin. I hate this stock. Fuck you. So CELH does have a history of making big linear moves. EP move or potential. Yeah, I guess it would be an EP move. Yes. 70 bars, 150%. Look at this one. Yes. Okay. It makes big moves, and this is a clean move. Right through this high volume level. Wash out. Pretty clean. You would have even been able to. I mean, right here is the level. Look how tight that day was. Look how tight it was. This is shit. It gapped down on, earnings. Okay. And then it just, yeah, I mean, that's a hell of a bar. Yeah. Okay. So it definitely meets our chart history requirements, but man, is it sold off? Like, definitely not going up anymore. Beautiful double top. One for the ages. I shorted it up here somewhere. Knowing me, I covered like in a couple of days, but this just looks like chaos. It looks like choppy shit chaos. Yeah, it's building a range. Cool. Like, this would not be a trading stock. I expect price action like this, like basically this whole era of just like choppy shit. You might get some like couple day bursts, whatever. I don't know. I mean, they sell fucking drinks, for crying out loud. Like, cut me a break. I mean, this is a fad stock. Like, what happened to Lululemon? Like, yes, you know, you make, tights or whatever. Like, and everybody loved it. But guess what? Anybody can do it. And like, if you're only like, you don't have moat. Like, all you need is like some new hot influencer to come out with like the exact same pants but under a different brand, and like all of a sudden you're not as popular. And if, you know, the brand was built on younger people wearing it a decade ago, and now all of a sudden those people are like older, and like, you know, older people, what do they want? They just want to be younger, and like a new brand comes out. Like, it's just recipe for disaster. Like, people love this ONON. Like, of course, here we go. I'm going to go on a tangent. Like, fuck this stock. Like, this stock needs to be shorted. Like, the same thing's going to happen that happens to all of these. ANF, like, okay, it had this big reemergence. They did a really good job at revitalizing their brand and tapping into their older demographic, like me. Like, literally, ANF was at its high when I was a kid, and then now they came back and they released this whole nostalgic brand, pushed it, got online going, and look, you know, they did pretty well for a couple of quarters, and then they just shit the bed. But it's like this with all of them. Like VSCO, these are all just like these fad stocks that actually have no moat. AEO, American Eagle, like, it's the same thing. Like, so if anybody thinks ONON is going to be like fucking Apple of shoes or something, I'm telling you, it's not going to be. And I'm also telling you that it is going to be a fabulous short. Actually, I need a short in my account. Fuck this stock. I get mad when I like look at stocks to short, mainly because the sentiment around these things, like, people love ONON, I love it, I see people wearing them all the time. Well, guess what? If everybody's fucking wearing them all the time, people are going to naturally start to diverge from it. You remember New Balance? You know how they had to bring back New Balance? They literally had to make the like shittiest dad shoes like attractive again, but it took decades of like downtrend. I don't even know if New Balance is public or whatever, but I can just mentally picture the chart. Just decades of like nobody gives a fuck. Now all of a sudden there's like flagships in Soho of New Balance. Like, they're the same shoe. They just like tapped into like the nostalgia of it all. But yeah, anyways, ONON is not curing cancer. They're not taking us to Mars. They're not coming out with any technology. They got stupid fucking shoes. I hate this company. We're gonna short it. We are going to short it. That's a good line. It's too far down. I want to short it up higher. Let's see where it's rejected recently. Might need a little bit more sideways. Probably will. Yeah, it's got a lot of momentum right now, but I'm going to short this fucking thing. Pardon my French. I get aggressive and angry. Fuck ONON. I'm putting on my needs more sideways list. The higher it goes, the better. So I'm going to show you how I'm going to set these alerts. So I'm going to set an alert here because that's a relevant left side peak. Goes up. Great. Tell me about it. Here, this is a punch bowl of death. Like, this is a perfect setup for a fad stock. Like, these are the easiest shorts. They're the easiest shorts. They're like easier than Quantum. Like, people say, oh, Quantum doesn't make any money or whatever. At least they have potentially groundbreaking and world-changing, altering technology, right? Like, who knows, maybe 10 years out, whatever, okay, fine. ONON does not have that. They make fucking shoes. They make fucking shoes. Fuck this company. I need to, like, talk to a therapist about my anger for these companies. But it just seems like such an easy short. Like, Ariel would make a ton of money on, like, you know, even Quantum, like, you know, a year and a half ago in 2023. I'll never forget it. It's IONQ'd. It's a double top. And it's like, he's like, these are fantasy stocks. They're up. They don't make any money whatsoever, right? He's like, that is my conviction. They don't make money, so they're not going to go higher. It's the same conviction with Martin. The fundamental difference, though, is they have potentially groundbreaking technology. They have potentially groundbreaking technology, and there isn't a regulation preventing their advancement. It's not like ACHR with, you know, human-sized quadcopters where, like, they have tons of, like, regulatory burden in front of them, right? This fucking company sells shoes. All right, so I'm going to set up a bunch of alerts because I just want it to go. I want it to go higher. But DTSS would be absolutely perfect. Fuck this company. Last thing I'll say on it. Where's Lulu? Where's Doo-Doo Lemon? What a piece of shit. Like, I'm not even like a short or bearish or anything, but like it just seems like, I don't know, it's super straightforward. Look at Nike. Like, okay, if Nike is doing this, I mean, if Nike's doing this, yeah. All right, next question.
Want a salad?
Do I want a salad? Not yet. I do, but I'm almost done. As soon as I'm done with this. ONON. All right, highlighting my list. I think if I go like that. Yes. Oh, right there. I thought I just saw it. Hold on. Finger bang, arm. I don't think I saw TQQ yet. Maybe I did. On. Okay, we did AFRM. Did Tesla. Did we do Tesla? I just blew by it. All right. Tesla needs more sideways. Okay, yeah. AFRM, super tight. I mean, tis super tight. Yep, okay. Cores, this stock sucks. It does have a history of making a decent linear move, but ever since this move, it's just complete chop. Like, when I see crap like this, like, you might get a pass, but, like, you better straighten it out, and it just hasn't. Like, yes, it's trending up, but, like, it's just choppy piece of shit. Like, PLTR has been like, Palantir is a choppy piece of shit, too. Its most recent move has been the best move ever for it. What is this thing? 120 million daily dollar volume, 5. It just looks like a choppy shit. Yeah. I don't know what it is. Okla, nice bounce. This should be on the needs more sideways list, either for a short or we're breaking on all-time highs on some catalyst, who knows what. I'm going to put it there. I'm going to set an alert just over yesterday's high. I'm not going to buy it. It needs to go more sideways for me. I mean, even though all the MAs are like aligned, it's just got to put in some tight days.
Alert.
MSTR. Now that Gladiator is off MSTR, it probably is time for it to go, right? I longed it with good size in here, and I got stopped out. And then I shorted it with tiny size here, and I've already covered it. So it's just been kind of a place of no advancement for me. But last time, before it made its really big move, it had like this really giant kind of A, B, C, D, E, F, G undulation. Big move up, A, pullback B, C, D. And then it made a really big move. But the move itself was like grindy. I mean, don't get it twisted. There's like a lot of range. You know, in 10 days it's up 40%. 7 days is up 60%. 200% on just insane liquidity. You know, $500 billion average. I mean, it trades right now. It trades $500 billion on average. I think it traded more there. Yeah, and this time slightly more. It looks like. But then we have UNH trading 10 billion, double on average, right now, big range. So it adds a nice little, point of conviction for me in my mind. But what I like here though is it's extremely linear. It has been really linear. I don't know why. It's just been a very well-behaved little turd company, little shit stock, fucking mousetrap of a scam. But I don't really care about that. Does it have a history of making big linear moves? Yes. Does it obey, the chart patterns that we like? Yeah. Big move up, pullback, undercut, reclaim. So here, this is it triple bottomed with Bitcoin on the 200. Like that's great, right? So from this bottom, it went 80% in 30 days. So like, I know people have like kind of said that hasn't been, I don't know what they expect. Like this is great. Like it's a low volatility melt up out of a triple bottom essentially on the 200. Like, and it gave a bunch of opportunities to get in. One, could have bought it off the 5. You had a tight day here. 5, like yeah, you could have bought this thing in a whole bunch of different spots, dips against the moving averages, and been fine. Okay, so we made a big move up. We kind of built the top of a range here, which is great because it corresponds with this little mid peak, and it's a pretty round number. So you got 405, and then you got 430. It's pulled back linear. I don't like the 10 crossing below the 20, but it's fine. It's some really tight candles here. We don't have the daily MACD cross, but just imagine a few days of sideways, and all of a sudden you have like, you have a really nice freaking range. It's a big range too. And we can say that this range started on, let's just say the parabolic blow-off day. So, that's a 200-day range. That's almost an entire trading year. That's 80% of a trading year. So we can just round up and call it a year-long range, and like look at the way that it could potentially look. Just like I said, a couple of weeks. Like I keep finding myself saying that a majority of these charts, if they just had a couple of weeks, they're gonna look really, really good. And I don't care what anybody says, MSTR has held the fuck up. You can call it what you want. You can call Sailor what you want. It is held up. And you could, talk about the mechanism, underlying I don't give a shit. Like the chart has held up. It's linear. It makes big moves still. It still has huge volume. It obeys all of my rules. It's a good little chart. It needs to go on the needs more sideways list. If I was like super convicted in the thing, you could buy it over yesterday's high down here. It's not like a classical. It's not going to give you like a classical high volume breakout, I don't think. But I'm curious what the Bitcoin doing. Are Fute's open yet? What time is it? Oh shit! It's 6 o'clock. Look at that! Look at that! Putting in a little green candle right there. Yeah. So like in like the challenge account or whatever, I would not take it here. I would take it up here because I don't want to tie. I don't potentially want to tie up buying power in a range, but I will buy it though tomorrow. Yeah, in a different account. It'll be kind of like a starter, so like 5 to 7. Whoops.
Breakout.
Okay, so Palantir is a lot like Hood, except it's already advanced through the left side peak. It's a beast. It's a chopped piece of shit. Like, this is just uncalled for. Like, this is just bullshit. Like, somebody needs to get slapped for this. Like, I don't know who, but somebody needs to get slapped for this. This is bullshit. It just kind of always acts like bullshit, though. And this has been the best move that it's had. Tomorrow, what? How do you buy this thing tomorrow? I don't even know. I bought a very tiny amount yesterday before close, but I don't know. Maybe I could actually. It all depends how it gaps. We'll know in an hour and a half here. Could maybe add a little bit more, but I wouldn't really want to. I don't fucking know. I don't know. There's some news. Some news happened. It doesn't really obey my rules very much. Like I really hate buying wide candles. Like if you look at anywhere else in this chart's history, like if you look at here's a nice wide candle on EP. Actually, I'll probably say it a bunch of times. It's my first 7-figure trade here. Okay, cool. It had another one, but like anywhere else? Anywhere else? Okay, there. A nice second follow through to that. Wait, I think we're way down here. Okay, yeah, there's one. So there's one. Like this is just, see, Palantir just has that bullshit price action. Like, and I'm looking at chart history and I'm evaluating how it behaved in the past, just like humans. And if all these charts are essentially a reflection of human emotion and decision making, you know, humans who have, you know, a history of, you know, maybe not making great decisions or being unreliable or inconsistent, whatever, like there's a good shot that they're going to always be that way. And so like, yeah, look at this, look at it here, piece of shit. This was a nice kind of trend, but then you have like these big donker like fuck you candles, like and then look at this, gap up, oh my god, we go 2 weeks and then just absolutely shit the bed. Terrible price action overall. But if you're like a believer, I guess, like it's been trending up forever, you know, but like from a momentum swing trader, like that's a beautiful trend, you know. If we zoom out to like infinity, yeah, it just gets nicer and nicer. But from a momentum swing trader perspective, like you got to be really precise with your entries and just hope this thing moves away from your average and stays out. And stays out. Yesterday was a decent data buy. I own a little bit of it, but I'm gonna just put it on my news more sideways list for now. Let's keep moving. This one looks good. I was peeping this one the other day. It's got good volume. Like for selling so hard yesterday, it barely even moves. It holds the 10 perfectly, holds the gap open perfect. I mean, this one, what do they do? American Sports, what do they do? Anybody want to help me out? For perplexity lies to me. What does the company with ticker kind of a feeling I know. Oh, okay. Sports equipment. Played against sports. Okay, yeah, yeah. Somebody, yeah, okay. So they own Arc'teryx, they own Solomon, Wilson. Like I think, like you know, a company that's more diversified, that owns, you know, several franchises of fad companies, you know, that might be a little bit better, where they can kind of balance their portfolio based on where the individual fad company is within their popularity trajectory. So like this one would probably be a little bit more stable. And we see other names going up. It actually makes, you know, pretty nice moves. I mean, from this feels like EP. I mean, you have like this big move up, shit, 200%, you know, in a little over half a year, comes back down and tests, and then it's just a rocket ship a year later. Like that's pretty great. And this is this is momentum. This is Momo. The degree is really steep. What does that say? That says, so the way I measure degrees is from the bottom of like the trend to the top. So it's almost 60%. But fact of the matter is, it gapped up here on earnings. Really might be the highest volume. I'm just gonna say it's the highest volume day ever. Kind of fizzled. It tried to fade and lose the gap. It got gobbled up, but on low volume. That's fine. But that low volume bounce day got neutralized by these higher volume hold days, and they're super tight, super duper tight. I mean, I don't have a lot of chart theme to support this. I mean, there are a lot of high tight flags out there, but I don't know. It looks mad decent. Looks pretty good. I don't have a lot of conviction in it, but so the high here, this would be the high volume close, so it's a round number, $37.99. I like that. $37.99, a 2 for $559.50. Mr. Allen's. Okay. 30. What was it? $37.99. Look at 38. So that is the H high volume close, and that would be Q1 25 ER candle. Oh, whoops. Close was, I'm sorry. Close is 37, even more of a round number. Wait, I'm tripping. What the fuck's wrong with me? Close. 37. Oh man. There's actually magic to the to these sorts of numbers. Man, right there, that's kind of, you know, something special with this stock. Arc'teryx. They make great gear. But you know what actually, who makes really good gear? Montauk. I had a pair of Arc'teryx bibs for like 10 years and they're $1,000. I'm like, you know, I don't really want to spend $1,000 another pair of Arc'teryx bibs, but I found Montauk and they're like $250. They got all sorts of different colors. They're cool. The young people are wearing them. Fuck, this is probably a short too. So, you know, buying it over yesterday's high is fine here. Like you can literally use yesterday's low and the 10-day SMA and this gap open level as your stop. So 36, it's a round number. It's super, super obvious stop. Super obvious. So even though like I don't see a lot of names that look like this or act like this, it's still, it kind of abides by my continuation setups. Big move up, pull back, undercut, found support. It's gotten tight, hasn't surfed or anything yet, but it could put up a big candle and I'm fine with sitting in a little high tight flag and who knows where we go. Actually, this reminds me of ANF. So like ANF, when it EP'd out, it kind of just grinded, but then I guess maybe this is a better example. Yeah, but then it just, you know, went up forever. Yes. Ass. All right, I'm putting it on my actionable list. Because it looks great. It looks great. Right, I already know you're a piece of shit. Okay, RKLB. $27.27. It's funny, like there's no rhyme or reason as to why these numbers work, but like the more like even the number is, and it's so weird. Jazz pointed this out to me back in I forget what the hell his group was called. PMG. He's a decent day trader. He's actually out of Toronto. He would just shout it out and we'd see it all the time. Be like 69 or like 10 or you know whatever, and like sure as rain, like price would just run to him. I don't know why. It's just some psychological sort of level, like 11:11, make a wish. That's an ugly fucking weekly candle though. Good lord, you just got the weekly cross, but but I mean it has a really tight day. It's a nice pivot day. This is like a Pdub UNR sort of. I don't really have a clean left side peak. I'm not really all about it. I'm gonna set an alert though, because who knows, maybe tomorrow it breaks through it and there's like some big news or something. I don't know, but it's gonna go on my needs more sideways list because it does have a lot of momentum. It has held up through Trump's onslaught, RKLB, and it has a tight day. And it has a history of making relatively clean moves. I mean, this is pretty clean. You know, it's a pretty easy trend to hold. Big trend. And this is a big ass trend. 400% nearly. CLS Kale, you need to look at you. Sazol, I'm not gonna buy you, but I wish I bought you a few weeks back. Let's see. Anything else? This one's good. SMR. SMR is a lot of chaos in its chart history. You have to have fucking iron stomach to hold this thing. I did buy it really, really well though. On one of these trends, uptrends. I want to say it was this one. You had to buy a dip against a moving average. There's some stocks where you just have to buy dips against a moving average, but what's actually, and every move up it makes, it gets cleaner and cleaner. Like this looks like the cleanest move yet, does it not? Like a big candle, then a real tight consolidation, didn't close below the 10, then two more large expansion candles. highest volume ever on a story move. It's pressing all-time highs with the tight candle. Like, it looks good. Left side peak closed yesterday, was great. Rejected the 5. I'm putting an alert here, Briz. I hope I have the right. I always forget. Create alert. Notify breakout.
Breakout. Breakout. Breakout.
Oh, it's already gapping over it. I just got an alert. Why? How? Is the bid above it or something? Did I have it set to bid? You know, really, this spot is over yesterday's high and over the 5-day. Like, 5-day corresponds with yesterday's high. Actually, when we open tomorrow, the 5-day is going to be slightly lower. So it's yesterday's high is the spot. You also got this 32.40. So like anywhere in this band, you're kind of good. 33 feels pretty good too, but I think yesterday's high, so 33.10. All right. That's weird. Did I delete it or something? Cross above. All right, sweet. I mean, I would trade this one tomorrow, even though like I would like for the 10 to catch up and I like to put in a couple more tight days. But with this small of size, like I'm fine taking it through that left side peak. I think NNE looks like shit. Yeah. I closed this one on Friday. I mean, it closed below the 10 on Thursday. I don't know. It's still in this range. If it's going to go a lot higher, it's going to break through 51 first, and it's going to go to wherever it's going to go. I know people really like it, but I just don't know anything about it to hold on to it. Oh, Urban Outfitters. What do you know? They're like the fucking final boss of fad stocks. What a range. This one's just starting its reemergence. This one's easy to buy because if it just bounces over 70, look how clean that went. If you notice, you see a lot of pivots in these charts right now. Coreweave, like this little tight candle pivot thing. QBTS, MSTR, AST, SMR, they all kind of have like that. They're not like pure Shoryukens, but they are like, you know, a relatively steep sell-off day and then a tight candle. I mean, those are fine. I mean, we have clean risk-off levels. I'm almost done. Yeah. Yo. And it's coming out of this enormous base. Yes, it's a fad stock, but it's like early in its like fad like reemergence. Do you like Urban Outfitters?
No.
No, you're too. Oh. It's for kids, right?
Yeah, and now it has gone like cheap throughout.
It's cheap, but man, look at its chart history though. Like that's the thing. Like it just like, obviously it's been in this gargantuan range, but this is just fucking terrible. It's like shit. I'd rather, I don't know, rather not be a part of it. But it had one big move, got digested. Now a bigger move. I mean, this is the best move it's ever made. It's worth a shot because I mean, if you get lucky and catch a true character change, this thing could trend to 200 like ANF. Fucking doubt it, but it possibly could. RBLX did this like exact move recently. Like this is a legitimate setup. This is a continuation sort of pivot setup. Wait, did it or is it a different stock? Very similar, where it gapped up on earnings, it came back down, it retested the neckline, and then it made a pretty good move. You know, 50%, 70 days, and it's a relatively valueless stock. It's got good value. greens in this scan. Okay, yeah, SMR. All right, cool. Preferably more sideways. Urban. It's kind of thin. Does it trade thin? It's not. It's kind of slow too. There's no way I'm going to convince myself to buy a fad stock. I already have AS on here. At least they're a little smarter. They're more of a diversified fad stock holder. Yeah, imagine building a portfolio of fad stocks. Sounds pretty shitty. Dave, yeah, this was a monster EP. Well, it feels like an EP. It makes some good moves, man. 100%. Got these 2 candles. You're up 30%. Beautiful. XPEV, shit the bed. All the China stocks are shit in the bed. I don't know. I feel like ACHR is always going to struggle. And it's going to be like really headline driven, but it made a really nice move here. 120. That's all I need to see to get excited. It's really its cleanest move. It's made some pretty clean moves to the downside, that's for sure. But this was a great see, like, you know, this is kind of what we see in a lot of stocks right now. Like where it had a big move up and it puts in this little tight day and then boop, takes out the high, keeps going. And this is very similar to, I don't know, most of these names, but every name on my list has one very common, well, it's a very common attribute amongst all of them. They've all made a very big move up. They've demonstrated momentum, and they are tight. So they all have really strong momentum. You know, that's kind of like why I don't like AFRM as much. Doesn't really have super strong momentum, but it's super tight. So, you know, it can be kind of a trade-off. All right, we're almost to the bottom. Core. This thing has just been a choppy piece of shit its entire life, too. Like, God, that sucks. Futu. That's a failed breakout. NBTS. It has a real tight day, too, but you typically don't see back-to-back Shoryuken type moves. Like it had the big blow off, it gapped, put in a tight day, then you had it here. I mean, it gave a 70% move in a day. I mean, that's pretty splendid. It's got tight candle there. I want to see if CEP did something similar. Yeah, it put in a couple tight days. It made this little flag. Then it went, you know, almost 100%. Then it comes back down. Then a couple tight days. Then it did another 70% move. If we look at I lost it. NBTS. There's I don't know. I would want to see it build kind of a range a little bit, but volume sustaining, and it's actually coming down. You like to see declining volume and narrowing range, but I predict it just kind of like chops around and kind of built out a range. And you have all this overhead. This name's fucked people. It fucked our account, our small account for sure. Well, I fucked it, but it aided in its fucking. It was a tag team. We Eiffel Towered it together. Whatever. It'll stay on my scan if it remains relevant. ANF. Ha. What a piece of shit. Yeah, there you go. Perfect. They're like, I can see it now. They're like, it's an EP. ANF's coming back from the grave. No, it's not. Labu is one that I am sitting red on, but I am buying tiny amounts based solely on my, I want to hold it long term, based solely on my just really simple kind of brain dead thesis that biotech is going to pump based on AI. No, it's triple leverage, so I'll probably just get caught in decay until it starts moving. I don't know. I haven't done the math on it yet, but it's the best one I've found. A-Lab, if it puts in a couple tight days, it's got a real clean line at 100. Like, I'm not gonna chart TSLL. See, we're ghetto. See, all the quantum, and look at that. Fuck, it's a clean line. It undercut the left side peak again. undercut it. Like, if it just pops back through it, this is... And it's the gap level, it's this left side peak, it's the IPO base peak. Somewhere all over here, look at that. Respect. See, I like stocks that respect the big pivotal moments, big pivotal spots. Ghetto. It's not respecting Martin, that's for sure. It's not a tight week, that's also for sure. But man, can it move? Holy shit, I'm still kicking myself. Like, I caught a little bit of it on the short side, but yeah, I mean, a move, literally a move over yesterday's high is like totally fine. It's totally fine. I don't want too many names on my actionable list. I'm gonna clean it up in the morning. I'm just gonna leave it there as a placeholder for now. I'm gonna clean it up in the morning. Like, we may see things gap down in the morning or something. It's just gonna come off my focus list. IONQ, same thing. This one has been a real choppy demon. It, like, as bad as SMR. Like, it was real nice in here. Like, look how clean that was. But then it just puts in these stupid intraday, like, rangy chaos, you know, sort of range. Man, it's just shit. Much cleaner downtrend. I mean, it obeys a trend at least, but made a really big move out on volume, and it gap, like, this is low volume candle, real tight. I don't know, man. Like, and what am I seeing right now? I'm seeing, like, I don't know, I need to put some in needs more sideways list, but really, like, if one of them goes, they're all gonna go. But I mean, I have Rigetto on my list, and I have QBTS on my list, and all these stocks, they all have, like, they're basically rejection, little pivot, kind of like bounce back plays. Yeah, where they, like, are all undercutting. Like, there's a high volume close, it's undercut. Coreweave couldn't go down further. You know, it's kind of undercutting these key levels in this range at 112. Hood's a different story. Just talked about QBTS. Like AST, same thing. Big move up, kind of undercut. Definitely undercut the high volume level, the gap level. It's tight. Like, they all kind of have, like, this is a chart theme that we're picking up on. SMR, breach left side peak, failed, triggered double top, put in a tight day, like, right back through it. You know, you're squeezing those shorts into highs. Legato, same thing. Undercut the key left side peak here. That's been a pivotal level. Big volume recently, moving with the group, like, faked everybody out. I don't know. And they're all kind of varying similarities. IONQ, same thing. If I were to play, you know, any of the quantum names, it would. I mean, QBTS is showing the best momentum and the most linearity. I don't like this gap down action in IONQ. It's pretty toxic, not gonna lie. But I don't know. They all look good. They all look good. They're holding up, like, relative to other stocks in the market. I mean, they're, like, kind of holding up the best. Jobby's another one. This thing's just, you know, it's worse than ACHR. But breach this level, 770. Big volume, gap down, wicked off here. Like, if you want to be, if you really love it, and you know, you wanna own a little bit of Joby, the house elf. 8 would be the level. So you just buy it as it pushed back through 8. I don't particularly care. It's a chaos stock. It doesn't make clean moves. Maybe someday, but, like, it has like, I don't know, this one period where it made, like, a pretty decent move, but I don't know, it's a choppy piece of shit. People love this stock. People fucking love it. They love it, but it's a piece of shit. Now we're getting into the bottom of the watch list. I got 2 more names, but you can see, like, you know, the range of yesterday's candle is getting bigger, so obviously there's not going to be anything for us to look at. Does anybody have any stocks or any tickers that, oh shit, you guys talked a lot. I don't know why Discord doesn't auto scroll scroll down so I can, like, watch the comments. But does anybody have any tickers they want me to look at? TSSI. First of all, let's look at my scan and see if it came up. It didn't. Okay. Why? I'm guessing volume? Yes, volume. 46 million, 20-day average. A really big range, 13%. Man, does it have a pretty chaotic past? It makes some, relatively decent moves. Like, it's okay if they're not long as they're big. So, like, this was a 5-day move. I mean, 10% a day, nothing to sneeze at. I mean, yesterday was the day to buy it. I mean, I don't know what you do now. Yesterday was the day to buy it. Like, we're not going to buy... Like, yesterday when it pushed right back through the gap level, like, that's, like, it literally opened on it. You had zero risk. Like, it probably washed out long, if I had to guess. And then it just pushed through it. Let's see if it washed out long. Yep, big move up. Washed out. And then just rocket ship. Should have bought it yesterday if you wanted it. It is not actionable whatsoever. Kiss it goodbye. You got in Friday? Nice. I mean, yeah, it was actionable. Like, you have this left side peak at 13, then you had 1250. 1250 is the bottom of the ER level, it's the gap level. I mean, you like that 13 level corresponded exactly with previous day open. You also have, like, you know, this squiggly line that connects really well. Like, you had a whole bunch of lines of confluence here after a big move. I mean, this is a huge move. Like, the volume is, like, savage. I mean, this is the biggest volume ever. Like, something happened here. So, like, if you, if you have a good average, you know, 13, like, I don't know, I'd say, like, 13 and a quarter, like, somewhere around Thursday's high. I mean, I would be happy if you had an average even all the way up to 1350. I would say you're doing pretty good. I mean, it was a really nice setup. Really big volume, like, this is small account edge, or yeah, really big volume relative to, but really big range. 13% ATR, it's great. Let's look at Toast. I just know Toast has just been shit forever. I don't really think they have much of a moat, but I mean, the chart pattern right now looks good though. It just, I don't know, it just doesn't make big, clean, linear moves that, like, move the needle. Like, like, you had to, like, bottom ticket down here. 60 days later, it's up 30%. Then you have to, like, hold your dick through this nasty ass earning. Like, what kind of earnings candle is that? Like, can we just get some clean, like, momentum? Like, can we get some clean continuation? Like, unless you, like, are in love with, like, the fundamentals or the stories of the stock or whatever, like this to me isn't really, like, a trading stock. Like, it doesn't make big, clean, linear moves that are gonna move the account. But this looks nice right here. I mean, if you really love it, this is a pretty good spot. Big move up on volume. I'm sure, like, their earnings are progressing nicely. You got this middle peak, tight wick. Like, you could buy it over, you know, yesterday's high here if you really want. If you want to sit in the toaster oven with toast. LTBR and TOI. LTBR is one of the nuclear names, right? I mean, fuck, talk about chaos. This is just, like, if you want to, like, I don't know, if you want to go bald, like, in your early 20s, you trade this thing. But it is kind of doing everything else that, you know, it's following very similar pattern to all these other stocks and seemingly unrelated sectors and business disciplines, but it made a really big move up on humongous volume. It's come back, it's tested the neckline, it undercut the high, it put in a tight candle. I mean, if there's something you like about this, it's a decent spot. You have a decent low risk, tight spot. Man, it's been around for a while. But yeah, I mean, it's retested this range. Like this would be one that Louis would like for sure. Actually, I'm sure it's on watch for him. I'm sure it's on watch. Yeah. And then you have the high volume close. You know, like, it's easy for me to talk shit on it just because, like, it literally looks like a giant ass. Like, but if we remember the lesson about the inverted poo emoji, we have an extremely rare giant inverted poo emoji set up here. It's elusive. It doesn't come around often, but like this is like double D, like jumbo tit inverse shit setup. It's actually, I mean, like, I always think about what other traders who I respect would say as I like think through stocks, and like most of them would probably like literally try to slap me talking this thing up, or they definitely talk shit. But the fact of the matter is, it breached that level on huge volume. It's really just been making like tons of higher lows. It's in a relevant micro sector. This, you know, the micro nuclear reactor sector, if that's what it is. I don't want to like misspeak, but you know, for a small account edge setup, it's super thin. Yeah, for a small account edge setup, it's pretty decent. It's pretty freaking decent. Over my level here would be, it's so simple. It's very clean. Like when you can easily see the levels. So 15 Twinkie. So over yesterday's high to be safe. So over yesterday's high, high 1530. I'm gonna put on here. Actually, I might put it on watch for the small account. Hold on though. It's gonna be a wild ride. But yeah, I mean it's pretty nice. Pretty nice for a small account chart. If you would ask me like how I thought about it, like here. Here I would have liked it, potentially, as it undercut 1425, and then you buy it down here and press, but it's just too far away from the relevant levels. Like it's actually looks pretty decent. Lemonade, this stock sucks historically. Let's see what it looks like. I like seeing if the names actually popped up on my scan. Because usually if they don't, they kind of suck. Lemonade, no, not on the scan. Why is it not on the scan? LMND. No. Trash. Garbage. Here it was great. Really great. This is the big range. Breaks out on earnings, whatever the fuck they have. Lack of earnings, some bullshit. And then it just like rocketed out of a super tight continuation setup. Here, it has no momentum. Like, there's no momentum at all. It's just like, look at this. This is just the absolute, even for a range, shittiest price action you could ever want. Ever. And it's just, it's fucking 40%. God damn. Any given day, you're up or down 20%. Fuck this stock. This stock sucks. But, if there's something that you know about it and you're, you know, I'm going to own this thing and I'm going to pass the shares down to my children one day, you know, I'm just looking for a perfect entry. I mean, this is decent. I mean, you do have like this big, I mean, you have a pretty linear squiggly line. You got 34. I mean, if you really want this fucking piece of shit, be my guest. It's not a bad spot. I just like trading stocks with momentum. Okay. All right. I'm going to call the 30-second shot clock. You can keep me going if you have more names that you want me to look at. But if there's like a streak of just shitty fucking names, I'm just going to hang up. But anyways, it was cool hanging out. My scan's done. I'm going to go back through it here in a little bit. APP, already touched it. Wait, is it on my watch list? AP? Oh, damn it. Well, thank you, actually. You reminded me. Yeah. So there's like this level right here, like a washout into, what is this? 390. 400 is the magic number. Yeah, through 400. I'll probably get stuffed on it. It like, I don't know. It's not beautiful. Like this candle is kind of a chart fucker. I'll just remove it. There we go. There, now it looks better. See, like when in doubt, just remove candles that make charts look bad. You know, that's probably a a pretty good recipe for success, I think, long term. All right, shot clock 10. All right, well, thanks a lot, guys. I hope you found some of my ramblings useful. Maybe there's some gold nuggets in there. I do want to touch more on EP. I want to find that, find like the document or the little criteria set I came up with and brush up on it and go over it and get some good examples. I mean, that's an entire chart talk episode for sure. Well, I bid you all farewell. Hope you have a good night. I'll see you back in an hour in the chat because we'll be opening up. Mark will be opening up for tomorrow. So, all right, well, be good. See you guys later.